is late October down here in South Florida. We are still at the tail end of muzzleloader season and temperatures are hot. It is still feeling like summertime temps out there right now. We are dealing with highs up in the mid 90s, really high humidity, all that typical Florida swampy temperature you'd imagine. So that makes scent control extremely important if you're gonna be wanting to chase down some of these big South Florida bucks that we got down here. So I'm hitting the woods today in beautiful Arcadia, Florida. Gonna pay close attention to the wind, make sure everything's set up right, and see what we can come across today.
It is October 28th. We are still sitting in muzzleloader season down here in South Florida. I am out today in Arcadia. Just got to the gate. It is just before 4:30 right now. Still yet to cross a hog off the list with the muzzleloader. That is something I'm still yet to accomplish with the smoke hole. But if one should step out, I can't say I'm going to wait for Mr. Buck to step on in. That pig might just catch a 50 right to the sweet spot. So we'll see what happens. Well, if you look right over my shoulder here, you can see the tree stand that I was just in. Got out of here, got set up, got all the cameras and everything rigged up. And I am just not feeling it. We got a great buck on camera in this area. I just don't like what the wind's doing. I don't think this is going to be a productive sit. If anything, it could end up pushing a deer in a bad way. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut this. That's a little bit of a loss. I'm going to back out of this spot, move up somewhere on the north side of the property. I got a box blind in mind. It'd be really good for this wind coming out of the south like it is. We got some cold fronts on the way, and high pressure system just rolled through a few days ago, so we've had some funky weather, plus a hurricane going through the Gulf right now has got everything kind of stirred up. So we do not have the typical wind patterns as we would this time of year coming out of the northeast. So let's make an adjustment, see what we can make happen.
Well, I'm only about 50 yards away from my second stand for the day, and I ended up bumping a doe and 2 yearlings out right from underneath of the stand. Not feeling very great about that. I climb up in the stand, and once again, the wind is terrible. I'm not feeling confident about this spot, so hey, already moved once. What's stopping me from doing it again? So pack it up, camera back in the bags, on the trail again, heading to the next spot. Well, here's a prime example of the scent control that I was talking about. It didn't take any effort at all for this doe to pick me out.
Well, for those of you keeping score at home, that is my third tree stand I've sat in this afternoon. Wind still isn't perfect. Sitting up on a feeder this time. Hasn't really been a lot of activity in here lately. Been pretty dead for the most part, especially during shooting hours, but hey, third time's a charm, right? First two sits didn't work well for me at all. The wind's okay in this one. Like I said, not ideal, but we'll give it a go, see what we can make happen.
How's that for a finish? 3 different stands today, and the last one right at last light gets it done. Man, what an afternoon. Just walked out of the hammock, got a little bit better light out here. Just shot my first boar hog, I'm now realizing, with the smoke pole. Never shot one with the muzzleloader before, so that was pretty exciting. Got a little bit of light left. I'm not gonna bother sticking around in this stand. I made enough noise, but the old CVA did the job, so we're gonna get her loaded back up here. Always nice to see a primer pellet with a good little hole in it. Nice little indentation for us. If you guys don't have one of these little things yet, I highly recommend you get them. Little speed loaders for the muzzle loader. I'm shooting a 345 grain power belt projectile. I've got 2 different 60 grain equivalent cubes, powder pellets in there, excuse me. So get that started in there. Load that up, stuff that back in the pocket. Team Ramrod. Mash that down all the way good. Break her open, grab ourselves one little fresh primer. Another cool part about this, yeah, it holds your projectiles. You look right in the top, get your primers sit right in this little pocket. Fresh primer. Pop it in there. Now if we happen to see Mr. 8-Point on the walk back, this video might get a little bit better, but hey, even if not, what an afternoon in the woods it's been. Lots of ups and downs, changing plans left and right here. Ended up sitting in 3 different stands tonight, but hey, the last stand was the important one. We got it done. Let's head on to camp, grab the golf cart, get back here, and try and get this thing out by myself. That's gonna be a struggle, I'm not gonna lie, that's a big pig. Tell you what, I don't know many animals that can take a 50 cal and keep on trucking quite like a boar hog. That's an impressive creature right there. Especially one of this size. Oh man. He's touching the 200 mark. I think that's safe to say. Oh my God. There we go. Oh, big boy. There we go. Just fresh out of the swamps, covered in mud, as you'd expect. Whew. Once again, awesome evening in the woods here in South Florida. You never know what you're going to come across. This evening, wind wasn't right for me. Ended up switching up stands 3 different times before this big boy finally stepped out in front of me. And the 50 cal did its job, put it down for my first hog with a muzzleloader, and I am fired up about it.